Surprise! It's Granny again. Thought I'd have a look at Alan's Patreon after his case changing. He changes the case yet again. Revelation last night, which was something that he'd actually regurgitated from 2 years ago, kind of re-vomited after 2 years ago. Let's have a look. This is his old opening. Oh, that was a rough cut, wasn't it? That was very abrupt. Hi, Diane. How's the sound today? Can't hear it, can hear you, but not the video. Come on, I ticked the box. Is this true, or is Lily Rose pulling my leg? Hang on, I'll put it back on. Tell me if you can hear it. Okay, can you hear that? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Can't hear audio, can hear me. Well, I suppose that's an improvement. Hello, Slinky. Legit. Okay, it's just that one of the things we sometimes do is go into Alan's streams and say can't hear the audio, just to annoy him. And I thought someone might have been doing it to me. All right, so let's fix that. Says she. Right. Oh, look, there's me. Big me. Present. Let's go screen. Yes. Share audio tab. Window. Chrome tab. Window. Share. See, there's no little box that says, maybe you can't hear it because it says the site will be able to see the contents of your screen. Doesn't necessarily say hear them as well, does it? Let's try it again. Can you hear this? Thank you. Oh, now this is going to annoy me. Because I've downloaded it and I'm playing it on the media player, right? Because I don't want herky-jerky internet. So I don't want to play it off YouTube because I don't know where, I don't want Alan to see where I get it from, right? The video is on mute. Let's have a look. Look at you guys helping me diagnose problems. Video is on mute. No, I can hear it in my headphones. I can hear it in my headphones, so there is sound. But why the sound isn't coming through to you? Edit name. No. Settings. I'm in the settings now. Look out. Anything could happen at this point. Mirror my camera. Camera resolution. Audio. Default microphone. Speaker. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Out via my headphones. Okay, that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Don't you love technology? Morning, Ed. I don't think I've met you, Ed. Good morning. Okay, tell me if you can hear it now. When I turn it on. Okay, what about now? Can you hear it? Yeah, it's because it's coming out of my headphones. It's actually blaring in my ears, blasting me. Well, it's not a bad thing, you know. Hello, Lizzie, fellow troublemaker. It's not a bad thing that you can't hear Alan, is it? Really? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this so you can see my ugly face. Because remember, according to Alan, I'm ugly. Disconnect my headphones. No, because then you get echo. I'll be able to hear myself back through the microphone, and you'll end up with echo. So what I'm going to do is, how am I going to do this? First, I have to go to Facebook, and I have to find Lizzie's message. There I am. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. I'm on my Facebook. Right. Lizzie's been doing some great stuff lately, hasn't she? Did you go live, Lizzie? Oh, sorry, I must have been asleep. Okay, let's try another one. Just, chat amongst yourselves. Bumfluff, what a great name. Hello, Bumfluff. Nice hair, everybody. Yes, everyone's got lovely hair today. Not at all creepy. You can't say you're a beautiful woman because some people went, oh, that's a bit sexist. Well, he wasn't saying beautiful woman. He was actually leering at them and going, ooh, you're pretty. So then he swapped to nice hair, which is code for, ooh, you're pretty. Yeah, look, I think it's time to kind of, because he's on the ropes, I think it's time to kind of ram the knife home and give it a bit of a twist, which I think everybody's doing beautifully at the moment. And it seems to be working, Seems to be working. Now what do I do? So now I go here. You've just woken up. Is it morning on your side of the planet, is it? Right. I shall present something. I don't know what I'm going to present, and I can't guarantee you're going to be able to hear it. But I'm trying. I've definitely ticked the share tab audio. Right. So do you want a big me and a little Alan? No, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Big Alan, little me. Seeing I'm so ugly. AD banned me years back after I told that ass off. You told him off. You're naughty. I got banned. We should all share our banning stories. I got banned because I typed a couple of things in chat, and exactly what I had typed in, he then presented as his idea. And he did that a couple of times in a row during a stream. And then I typed, are you just taking my ideas and saying what I'm typing? Bang, I was banned. It's kind of a Diane scenario. Coffee, 5 a.m. What are you doing up at 5 a.m.? Go back to bed. 11:16 in the UK. You promoted Scott's channel. Naughty, naughty. You cannot have any competition for a narcissist. And that is the plan. Good girl. Back to bed. Go on. This will be here for you later. And you're not missing much anyway. It's just, ugly old me. Okay. Let's go. Tell me if... Wish me luck. Tell me if you can hear this.
That's Winston, my little pal. That's me.
I'd just like to say that I've heard all this information that's been put out about me, about my family, about my friends, and I'd just like to say that I want to refer
Lizzie,
people
go back to bed.
to talk to Armchair Detective, who knows more about me, more about
Told him
this
off
case
about the
than
Watts case and making
anybody
stuff up. Yep, that'll get you
And I
banned.
want people to trust Armchair Detective. Don't go to the podcast to have.
All right. Could you hear that? Yes, you can hear it. Now, next test is I'm going to play it and I'm going to talk. And I want to know what the balance is like. Can you hear me over the video?
Mindset that spreads propaganda.
Check Granny 1 2. Check Granny 1 2.
I'm not in support of it.
Did Chris's
Can you hear
mistress,
me?
Nicole, know more about his marital?
He makes me sick. Yeah, he does. Yeah, the more you watch him, the more you realize that he's a predator. He's a low life. He's scammed people his whole life. He's just a horrible, horrible person. And well, it's really no wonder he's been through 2 marriages, is it? It's a wonder his children talk to him, honestly. Okay, so apparently you can hear me over that, which is good. Do you think I need to pause it when I need to talk, or can I talk over it? Will that work? What do you think, Bumfluff? You seem to be my resident expert. Professor Bumfluff, what do you think? You can't bear watching him. No, I know. Do it through us. Doing it through Scott's very, very enjoyable, actually. I don't watch Alan anymore. I watch him through Scott. Lol. Professor Bumfluff, talk and watch. Okay, I shall talk and watch. Your wish is my command, Professor Bumfluff. Be a good name for a cat, wouldn't it, Professor Bumfluff? I amuse myself sometimes. All right, let's go. So this is Alan's Patreon after his game-changing live stream where he revealed something that he tried to reveal 2 or 3 years ago, but people shouted him down and said, that's ridiculous, Alan. So he's just recycling old content, of course, because that's one of his specialities.
That's Winston, my little pal. That's me.
This is his old opening with this song.
I'd just like to say that I've heard all this information that's been put out about me, about my
Doctored
family,
sound.
about my friends, and I'd just like to say that I want to refer people to talk to Armchair Detective, who knows more about me, more about this case than.
Now, I'm guessing he really just wanted to play that sound clip of Christopher Watts. That's been doctored. It actually said originally, don't listen to the Armchair Detective. Alan took out the don't. Right, so it's a pretty good editing job. It sounds pretty good, but definitely not Chris Watts saying listen to the Armchair Detective. I'm guessing Alan wanted to play that, and he couldn't separate it from the music. So he's had to go back to the old music for this video.
Anybody else. And I just want people to
recycles garbage. Yep.
Don't go to the podcast to have this mindset to spread propaganda, spread hurt, spread accusation.
That's Alan.
Did Chris's mistress, Nicole, know more about his marital situation than she had let on? Did she have any idea that Chris would soon end the lives of the people who loved him the most? And Chris was about to come clean with what really happened to his family. The story of Chris and Shanann Watts, well, it wasn't over. In fact, it was
Marta.
just starting to unfold.
Where are you from in the UK?
And I have a sneaking suspicion that made some people really nervous. There are thousands of armchair detectives who passionately followed this story who just were not satisfied with that explanation. On to police of her own free will to speak to them about her involvement with Chris. But was she a hero in this story?
Well, there you go. That used
Or
up 2
is it
minutes.
possible?
Derbyshire or Derbyshire? Ooh, you can't tell me that in writing, can you? Unless you can write it phonetically.
I tell you what, that was the most intricate, difficult show to produce and put across that I've ever done, I think, in my whole life.
Oh, thank God you're so
2.5
intelligent
hours,
then.
I had to do that off the cuff and get it to you. I hope you're as excited as I am. I think
You
I've
look
just
excited.
done the whole story.
You have done the whole story.
I really do. I mean,
You do.
the last bit that came to me, imagine Chris, who's a people pleaser, and he wants to protect NK. He wants to protect NK. So he's saying, I told Shanann I was leaving. We had a emotional conversation. I packed my suitcase.
At what point does he say, I told Shanann I was leaving? I've never heard that before. That's new. I've heard emotional conversation, but I've never heard, what? Heather had a tash? What are we talking about? Oh, Heather. Heather with the book. Oh, me book's fallen down. Yeah, Heather. Crooked as. Where was I? Alan. I don't remember Chris Watts saying I was leaving. I think Alan's imagined that. He imagines lots of things, Alan.
I'm leaving.
You
So
can say that.
he goes back downstairs to finish packing a few things. Like he said, I went back downstairs to pack a few things.
He didn't say
we
that.
went back down to pack a few things.
Oh, Alan,
right?
put your glasses
And,
on.
Followed this story who just were not.
Does he look like Uncle Fester when he takes those glasses off and he's got those black circles? That's hideous, Alan. For God's sake. You'd think he'd know by now. We've made fun of it often enough not to take his glasses off on a live stream. He really does think that he's safe in Patreon, doesn't he? And that we'll never see it. He's an idiot. Hello, Karen.
Fingerprints, no finger. Remember all? Oh,
Hang on, where's the bit where he takes his glasses off? It's hideous. It's nightmare material.
do that off the cuff and get it to you. I hope you. I hope you're as excited as I am.
Oh, pumped!
I think I've just done the whole story.
Looks like a panda. Yeah,
I really do.
An evil panda.
The last
Alan, the
bit
evil panda.
that came to me. Imagine Chris,
Pedo panda.
who's a people pleaser, and he wants to protect
Professor
NK.
Pedo panda.
He wants to protect NK. So he's saying,
Yeah, it's a metaphor
I
for
told
what's
Shanann
inside
I
his
was
head.
leaving.
That
We had an
room.
emotional conversation. I packed my suitcase. I'm leaving. So
He didn't
he
say
goes
I'm
back
leaving.
downstairs to finish packing a few
imagine
things.
that.
Like he said, I went back downstairs to pack a
Oh,
few
look
things.
at that! Look at that! Look at that!
We went back down to pack a few things, right? And
Oh, don't put him back on. Hideous. Hideous. Professor Panda pedophile. Retina burn. That's what retina burn looks like. He's been busy in the black room.
I heard a massive noise upstairs. And I went upstairs and I
Didn't
found
say massive
my
noise.
wife
You said noise.
strangling one of the children. Well,
Oh, Alan.
we know that's not true because the children lived. So who was fighting on the bed? She
Oh,
wasn't supposed to be there.
the girls are rolling on the bed
Was
together.
that what
fighting.
led to the
You're a sick man.
fingerprints? No finger. Remember all? Oh, the finger. Oh, finger. No. He was talking about a woman's imprint on her neck.
Men have fingernails
And he
too.
was like waffling. Oh my God, he was trying to get out of it. No, I don't mean finger, not finger marks. No finger mark.
He didn't say that.
Is that
Come
what
on,
happened?
Alan.
Was there an altercation?
Yeah, they were
I don't
rolling on
know.
the bed
I wasn't
together.
there. I'm just putting you a very reasonable scenario of what could have gone on.
So it's he just makes everything up, doesn't he? I sometimes I think it's him being deceptive, and sometimes I think that he genuinely does have a picket fence up between fantasy and reality, and he just slips through the picket fence sometimes. Yeah, he's doubled down on the stupid, hasn't he, Diane? Yep. I suppose he figures now he's got nothing to lose. He knows he's going to court, and he knows he's probably going to lose. He thinks his money is safe. I'm guessing there's a stash somewhere. He's funny. He is funny. If you look at him like a lol cow, he is funny. Yes. I don't want to use, I don't want to use Scott's terminology because I don't want him to think that I'm trying to steal stuff. But I'd never heard the term lol cow until Scott came along, and it's a great term. I love it. And you think Alan smokes the funny stuff? You reckon? You reckon? Generationally, he's not the right generation. I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know. I'll take everything a big pinch of salt. Yeah.
And they both said it woke the kids up. You imagine the row between the two of them would wake the kids up. The kids wake up, see it all. And that's the tsunami. That's the perfect storm. That's what happened.
Tsunami's not a storm.
He was moving out. In normal circumstances, he'd have just packed his bag and gone with her.
Oh, okay. All right.
She wasn't supposed to be there at that stage, but she was. And something happened. Something happened.
You really want
Obviously.
NK to be there, don't you? You really do.
She's got bits of hair missing.
Well, none of her hair's in the
bits of hair
bed. I'm
missing.
pretty sure they checked.
For those of you patrons that missed it, it's important that I replay this film.
Oh, please do.
That is the new evidence that changed the case. Changed the case by putting a case.
So
in
he's
the
just
bedroom.
going to play it again,
I'm
right?
leaving.
Look, goes on to play it. This is his Patreon.
What more have I
You're
got?
paying
There's
extra
something
for
new.
this. He plays the video
believe
again, and then he
that
comes
Chris was
back
leaving.
after 20 minutes.
3 days. On Sunday, I'm going to come back on and discuss it with everyone. I'll put it together as a whole story now, and I've got the whole story, haven't I? Once I decided that she was there,
Hang on. There are old people taking speed. Why? For energy. You're revealing a lot of things here, Bumfluff. You see, I assumed, Bumfluff, that you would be a younger person with a name like Bumfluff. Morning, afternoon, night, Monday. What day is it? I don't know. It's Sunday night. I'm supposed to be asleep, but don't miss sleep for me. I'm really not worth it. No, don't miss sleep for me. Seriously, go back to bed. I'll be here in the morning. Okay, not live, but I'll be here. You can watch me then. Seriously, I'm not worth the effort.
once I decided that the children were killed because they saw what was going on.
I can imagine me having a heart attack.
Once we knew that he told Shanann that he's leaving, and the case was packed.
There's
He
no.
went downstairs to pack the rest of his stuff.
So what did he
And there was such
unpack after he
commotion,
murdered
He had
it?
to go back upstairs, and he says Shanann was on top of one of the children. We now know that wasn't true, don't we?
Yes,
We knew
do.
that anyway, but
Yeah.
we now can see the truth in the lie. Was there a confrontation
There
going
was
on?
no confrontation.
Was there?
No. Because there'd be bruises and stuff. None of that was mentioned
NK
in the
knew what she was
autopsy.
doing. She kicked it off in North Carolina with all the nude photographs, and then Shanann got it really bad with the Nutgate. She lost her plot.
Oh yeah,
So
Nutgate was
he's
NK's
not happy
fault
with his
too.
parents or her parents. And meanwhile, in the ear is NK saying you got to leave by such and such a day, otherwise we're finishing.
This is all imagined.
And then
No
Shanann's
evidence or any of this.
plane being so late means that NK
Lady
turned up.
Lucan.
The perfect
Hello.
storm. No doubt she wasn't going to turn
Oh,
up.
I hate it when he
she
lunges
turned
towards
up
the
because-
camera like that, don't you? I have this instinct to go "Whoa," every time he lunges at me. What was I going to say? He's made all this up. This is just all in his imagination. There is no evidence for this. Remember, it was only, 2 weeks ago that he said, I'm only going to stick to the facts. I'm going to stick to the discovery. No one will be able to fault anything I do. Fact only from now on, I promise. He's imagined a whole scenario, complete with arm movements today.
Because Chris never arrived in her flat. He told him, make sure you get over to my flat by such and such a time.
Where's the proof
And
of
they
this?
ended up being on the phone, and she thought that Chris was chickening out, basically.
How do
So
you
he said,
know
I'm going to
what
come round
people
there, and you're
think?
leaving. I don't care if I see her. I'll tell her myself, you're leaving.
Yeah, this is the suitcase
Everyone knows
stuff.
you're having an
This is
affair.
Patreon.
Everyone knows that you're splitting up. Everyone knows you're living in the cellar. There's not a proper marriage. Well, let's just get it over with. I'll help you, Chris. I'll help you.
He just
And
makes
that's what
stuff
happened, I
up.
think.
Pooping in.
And all that mess
Reverend Dolly's
in
mum's
Shanann's
pooping. Look out.
clothing cabinet, she wouldn't have all that rubbish on the floor. But it was all kids' stuff to do drawings with. So it's obvious that, that someone was pacifying the children for a while that night as well.
Jackanory, that reminds me.
As
You guys have to look up. At one stage, the Green Channel was Alan doing Jackanory and telling kiddie stories. Bring your kiddies over to the computer and I'll tell them a story. Has anyone got that stuff? Lizzie, have you got that stuff?
we see with the plant pot, that if ever I see the kids, I'll teach them to draw on plant pots. Well, you did. It's in the bloody...
No, that's
Did
been
it- yeah.
debunked. It was done at school. Come on,
So there
Alan.
we are. Yeah, Rourke stumbling over his words, finger marks, fingerprints, nail prints. He messed that right up, didn't he? But anyway, I want to make it into what you saw tonight needs to be a proper
Yeah, just believe the
quality
opposite of anything he says.
documentary, and I can't do it.
Oh,
I can't do it. The money that people gave to
Here
make
comes
the
the grift.
documentary went on the book.
I
mean, we
need
spent more on the
money.
book than we took. It was
I
like
need money for the
we
documentary.
had to cover it legally,
Mum.
and it all went. It all went. So
I
now
need
I
more
need
money.
to do that. I need to do that. Don't you think that'd be a great documentary?
Oh,
What
it'd
you
be
heard
brilliant.
tonight, if I could get it in documentary form properly,
She'd be
it would
sued.
get millions of views, wouldn't it?
It's no,
Because that other guy got nearly 1 million views on NK. Imagine that, what I've done tonight. Put out properly. So if you know anybody that's able to produce it for me, I will pay,
we've been through this.
but not very much. So if you know anybody that can help me, let them know, yeah?
Oh,
it'd be
yeah,
a great
yeah.
thing if
Send
they-
me more money.
If they could do it for me,
Hey,
it'd be a
Val.
great thing. Because I believe she needs questioning, don't you?
No, she doesn't need
Yeah.
questioning. I want her to sue you.
We're never going to get the
Ah.
surveillance video. I mean, that was such a bit
Yeah,
of
a
luck. that-
documentary
I don't
about
know if
his
they did that on
imagined
purpose.
scenario.
Or he didn't know that the body cam was on.
Whenever he does
opposite
the
dog,
imaginary,
and
you know,
he was,
pretending
like,
to know what
recording
people think. I don't
on
want to get
body
out the
cam
sock puppets and
the rest
do
of
the
surveillance.
voices,
Now
you
you've
know?
got to remember that Nate said to the TV programs, all I've got is Chris backing in. No, he hasn't. He's got Chris backing in. He's got September Lady. He admitted
you
to having
know what he's
September
got?
Lady. He's got Atkinson arriving and climbing on the roof of a car to look in the garage. He's got the whole of the Saturday before the murders. He's got the whole of the Monday where the grey truck is there and isn't there. says
Karen's a
Betty.
teacher. Hang on, we've got to stop and explore this. Don't give too much information, Karen. We don't want to know. You know, Alan will go after you. Primary or secondary? Do you mind telling me that much, Karen? The money from the documentary went to pay Amazon fraud because they uploaded more than one copy. Is there evidence of that? Is there evidence of him having to pay the royalties? Because I'd love to see it. Oh, I must also do that one. I'm on school holidays at the moment. That's why I suddenly pop up. I suddenly pop up in school holidays, so you'll always know when it's school holidays in Australia. But Granny pops up. What was I going to say? Oh, I hate it when I do that. It's just an old people thing.
Where is it? We're not going to get it, are we?
No, we're
Because
not.
there's some damn cover up. And then the stopping the clock, that no.
Alan thinks everything's a cover-up and a conspiracy and that aliens are real and all that kind of shit. We didn't do the moon landing and all that stuff. He's clearly not well. And I wonder why his family let him do this. It's either because he stays away from them and leaves them alone, or they're all in it together financially, that he's propping up, paying Luke's mortgage or something. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Nicole spoke to Amazon. That's right. Oh, you see, I've forgotten more about this idiot than I can remember. Is that called fraud, though? Spending donations? No, wasn't it they had to repay Amazon royalties or something? Input out, I don't know. Secondary. Oh no, you wouldn't be scared of anything. I used to teach secondary until a year 9 boy tried to take my head off with a broom handle. And no, I don't do that anymore. No, I teach teachers now. Yeah. No, nothing would frighten you, Karen. Karen's one tough cookie. Look out. She's seen it all.
Crime scene operatives. I mean, they could have fingerprints off that flower pot for a start. If NK's fingerprints on that flower pot, it's over. She's going to jail.
The kindergarten teachers' fingerprints will be on the flower pot, Alan.
Nothing. Because they didn't want to find stuff. They didn't want to find.
How many
stuff,
grandkids? Oh, I can't answer personal
So close it
stuff.
down before they ask too many questions.
I can't. I would really love to tell people personal stuff like how many kids I've got and how many grandkids I've got and that kind of thing. But I know that Alan and people around Alan are trying to get into my life right now and find out, the names of my kids and the names of my parents and stuff like that and where people live and things like that. And I can't give any information that might give them any clues. I mean, I may not even have grandchildren. I can't give any clues. I would love to have a conversation with people, but I just can't do it because they no, it's okay, don't be sorry. One day maybe as I travel to different countries, I put out a because that's what I do, I travel now. I put out a enough warning ahead of time saying, right, I'm going to Scandinavia like I did last January. Anyone who's there who wants to catch up, let me know. We'll meet in a public place, and caught up with Martin. Next January, I'm going to Spain. So if any of you guys are in Spain or Portugal next January, we can meet up. Okay? As long as you don't work for Alan and you're not going to stab me. All right, here we go. Hola. That's all I know. I got to learn some Spanish. Oh, the snow was amazing. It was the first time I'd seen snow because where I lived until that point was basically on the edge of a desert. So I hadn't seen snow. So I was plunged into over the Arctic Circle. We went right up the coast of Norway. When I say we, I mean me and my partner, not me and Martin. Don't go spreading those rumours, for God's sake. Because I was convinced that the only reason I went there wasn't to see the Northern Lights, but to, hook up with Martin. Anyway, we, partner and I, went on a Hurtigruten ship up the coast of Norway over the Arctic Circle. So it's, we're talking cold. We're talking minus 12 degrees during the day and 4 hours daylight. It was just the best experience. And people have said to me since, well, why didn't you go in summer? It would have been a whole lot nicer. But I wouldn't have had all the I wouldn't have gone dog sledding, and I wouldn't have gone on the snowmobile and done all that amazing stuff, had the time of my life. Yep, Scandinavia is awesome. I could live in Scandinavia. But then again, I'll probably come back from Spain and say the same thing. So, yeah. All right, let's go. Regardation police. Hello. How's my microphone video going? Have you started? My kids are lovely. We're a big family. You love them and they seem to love you. That's always a good start. But we're not a big family, all right? We're a smallish family. Yeah, for obvious reasons, I can't give details. Anyway, we're nearly at the end of Alan's. Adrian? Where did I get Adrian from? Alan's Patreon. Oh, I combined Alan and Patreon to come up with. Okay. So most of the Patreon from the 5-minute mark up until the 23-minute mark. So that's 18 minutes of his 30-minute Patreon has been him replaying a video that he made before, and he probably replayed it earlier in the night on, the regular thing. I hate my kids because they hate you too. What? What? You can't all hate each other. I hope you're joking. Can you see how many were in Patreon? Can I? No, I can't. Sorry. Can't do that. Okay, you're joking. That's good. Excellent. All right, so we're just on to the end of Patreon.
Mr. Kessinger, we've got to get this closed down before people ask questions. Like, okay, Jim, show us your plane ticket for when you arrived. Yeah.
People don't have to show you anything, Alan. You're not a real detective, You're just a knob. Oh, yeah, pupils. Oh, yeah, they have to hate you. You're a teacher. You're the enemy. You try to make them do stuff. I love the fact that Alan feels entitled to all this information and the evidence and the police evidence. Show us this and show us that, and why won't they show us? Well, you're not entitled to it, Alan. There's nothing special or enlightened about you, just a knob with an internet connection. That's pretty much it.
When did he arrive?
None of your business.
Don't talk to Jim, because you might have to ask him questions he can't answer. Don't talk to Jim. Who says don't talk to my alibi? There's more red flags than there is red flags in China. There's more red flags in this case than there is.
More red flags than there are red flags in China. I think what he's done is taken that joke about, more chins in a Chinese phone book and invented on that. Knob. I mean, knob is the funniest word, isn't it? Yeah, Alan's a knob. Wish I could say it like Mr. Bean. Knob. Knob. Don't talk to Jim. Don't talk to Jim.
Just hanging up on the Great Wall of China. I'm tired now. I'm done. You hear my voice is gone.
Oh.
But thank you for supporting
me. Give me some money and I'll go night.
I wouldn't be on here. Honestly, I don't get, regardless of what that mad Lizzie says, I haven't got 700 patrons paying me £10 a month. I haven't. Look, there's only 20 of you here. I'm not going to tell you how many I got, but obviously it's nowhere near 700, is it?
Oh, no, come on, tell us.
So 700 by £10 times by...
We feel entitled to know, Alan. You feel entitled to know stuff about the case. Tell us how many Patreons you've got. And by the way, I'd love to see the diagnosis for this dyslexia you've got.
Well, he's a millionaire. Stupid old woman. People believe her. I'm not going to tell her what I earn. It's none of her business. But I will tell her she's absolutely miles out. And there's people like her that made young Frank think he could get £100,000 out of me. He's got loads of money, Mr. Cohen. Lizzie told me in 1 month he earns 85,000 in 1 month. Get him. Did he? See how these like rumors spread and make it ridiculous? That's what happened.
I'll dox them for you. I hate teenagers.
That's what happened. So
20 at 10 is
has anybody
200.
got somebody
No,
that
yes,
can
it
produce
is.
this for me, this documentary? Think about it. If not, I guess I could buy the software to do it myself, but it won't be as good, will it?
No, it won't,
I
Alan.
mean,
It'll
there is
suck like
software out
everything
there that
else
could
you
make
do.
a documentary, but I don't know how to use it.
You're an
I
idiot.
don't know what to use.
This is the man who couldn't play a board game
Oh.
that was for ages 3 and up. Okay, he couldn't work out the instructions. At least he knows his limitations.
I had like, a daughter or son live with me that was into computers, but I haven't. I've done my best anyway.
No one would want to live with you.
Danielle flew in on the Friday as well. Yeah, I know. There's so much. There's so much to this story. Do you know what?
Cookie.
I stopped doing the watch for 7 months.
You are now Professor Cookie Wookie.
I couldn't stand the trolling. I stopped, and they trolled me worse.
Yes.
And then I've got this fund raising money for 2.5 years with a price on my head.
Give.
I thought, stuff it. I'm going to fight back. And then I'm glad I did, because today was brilliant. I mean, today the new information was unbelievable.
I love the way every show he does is the best one
We
ever.
had a little bit of filming done that Bubbles did, but she also contacted producers in Hollywood and stuff like that, but they wouldn't touch it. They wouldn't touch it. We spent too much money messing about.
It's crap. They're not going to get their asses sued for you.
I want to make that into a documentary. I need some help. Somebody will help, surely.
Who wants to be first?
Social
and
media is
help
not
with the
accurate, no.
documentary.
Not when you say I've got 700 patrons, but I haven't got anywhere near.
You did at one stage.
Anyway,
when people liked you.
guys,
before they all realised what a knob
I
you
can help
are.
with planning storyboards. Oh, I don't know. Do you see? Bubbles no longer with us.
What? Bubbles is dead? Oh, what a shame.
Bubbles is no longer with us.
I will miss
I need
Bubbles.
somebody that can make documentaries.
She made me laugh.
From what I've done tonight. I've been doing it. I've got it all. I've got it made. I literally have a 2-hour documentary made, but it's not good enough to put out.
Oh,
I'm not happy with it.
Garbage.
I'm not going to put it out there as it is and get 10,000 views. I want it to get 1 million views. I need to up the standards, guys. I don't think you're getting me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
They were lining up for it, were they?
It needs to be a lot better. It's too good to be put out as it is.
He thinks everything he does is brilliant, doesn't he? Narkman. Yeah. R.I.P. Bubbles. Don't let the door hit you in the backside on the way out. 1,000
I'm going to bed.
Patreons.
Thank you for turning up. I'll be back on Sunday. I have a day off tomorrow and get some sleep. I am old. No, I'm not old. People keep telling me, stop saying you're old. I'm not old.
You are. You're nearly 70.
I'm young.
No, you're nearly 70.
Life begins at 70.
No. No.
No playing it out. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Oh.
If you do know anybody that can help me with documentary, write to adsubs007@gmail.com. See, I'm not senile at all. Good night.
Not drunk tonight. He can remember his own email address. Good boy. All right, hang on. I just need to click Windows. I'm going senile. Oh, God. That's a lot of granny all at once, isn't it? Yeah, Captain Grandiosity. I've decided everyone's going to be a professor now. We have Professor Regardation Police, Professor Cookie Wookie, Professor Dover and Dolly's mum, Professor Heidi Ho, Professor Slinky Socks. That one works. Where's the one that really worked well? Professor Bumfluff. That's the name of my next cat. I'm either going to call it that or Karen from accounting. I think that is the best cat name ever. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. So, yeah, that was Patreon. So it was basically 18 minutes of him playing the video he'd played earlier in the night and then telling his Patreon subscribers what a fantastic job he'd done. Which is, Professor Narc all over again. It's what he does. He just tells everybody how wonderful he is. Imagine being married to, well, I don't want to imagine being married to it. Oh, God. He'd be telling you all the time how lucky you are to have him. You're so lucky to have me. Oh, God. All right. Granny's tired. It's 9 o'clock at night. It's time for Nana nap. All right. Okay. So, yeah, behave yourself. Be good. And stay grumpy.